Hi guys, welcome back to another Kouture Masterclass. If you haven't seen my previous ones, my name is Hannah Moran Jackson. I am a fashion designer here in Ireland, and today I'm going to talk to you about different kind of techniques to create surface texture within your fabrics and also a burnout technique. So we're going to look at your synthetic kind of polyester fabrications with a bit more plastic in them to use this burnout technique, which will give you that sense of texture and detail and even kind of sporadic holes within it. And then we are also going to show you how to use different kinds of shape and ruching techniques to get texture, tone, depth and colour within your fabrications and within your designs. So I'm going to first of all just show you an insight into my kind of different surface textures that I have done within college, and then I will show you how to achieve these kind of textures within your own designs. Okay, so the first one that we're going to do is the ruching and different shapes layered on top of each other. So you're going to need your needle and thread, a scissors, some fabric remnants for whatever kind of colours or combination that you're going for, and then your base fabric. So we're going to start off by cutting the shapes out. So for this one, I just want to do long strips. I'm going to vary in width as well. And for this one, I'm going to make circles. So whatever shapes that you want to make. So now that I have my strips and my circle/oval shapes, we're going to thread our needle. So my needle is now threaded. I actually doubled over the thread just for a bit of extra security. And what I'm going to do now is just get my base fabric and lay that nice and flat. So I've actually just cut myself a really small piece of fabric because that's what I'm going to be working on. And what we want to do is just fill this with texture. So it's going to go from a flat surface area to something with a bit more texture and depth to it. So we'll start off with the strip fabric. So to ruche them, what you're going to do is you're going to just go in at one end, make sure it catches, and then you're going to really lightly go in on the front and then come up on the back, and you're going to pull. But you can see that these are long strips that I'm using, so you can see there in the orange fabric that I'm making the length very long in the stitch, and I'm not going to go back in underneath it. I'm just going to go again in from the top and come up from underneath and pull again. So you can see that it skips, so it goes, there is the fabric, then we've skipped, and then it goes fabric again. So we're going to continue to do that the whole way down the strip. So once I have done the whole strip, what you're going to do is you're going to get the end that isn't at the start, and you are going to just very gently pull. And you can see the fabric gathers and this creates a texture. So this is it when it has been pulled to the max, but you can decide if you want to spread it out a little bit more. I'm going to spread mine out a little bit more. See? So you're creating a really nice texture. And then what you're going to do is you're just going to place it down on your fabric whatever way you want. You're just going to go back in. So as you can see, I've just laid that onto my fabric and I've put a little tuck here and a little tuck at the end as well. That's just to secure it down in place. If you've got a really long strip, I'd recommend just putting little tucks in between the fabrics so that it stays down. But this is so far how it looks, and now we're going to layer some extra bits on top of it. So we're going to go in now with the circle. Again, rethread your needle. So I've rethreaded my needle again, and we're going to go with these circle shapes. So with this, we're going to go back in as we did before from underneath the fabric. We're going to make sure that we catch that knot that we have at the end. And we're going to do the exact same light threading that we were doing on the other long strip of fabric, but instead of going in a straight line, we're going to go around in the shape of the cutout of the fabric that you have made. So for me, it's going to be in a circle. So again, pulling really gently, and I'm going to go around in a circle. So what that is going to do for me when I pull is it is going to gather everything into the middle. And it's going to create these really nice floral, organic-like shapes. And these will turn out different every time. The more you pull, the more singed in this fabric will go. So again, it's up to you if you want to have more of like a blossom or more of a lighter pull within your fabrication. So then we're going to do the exact same thing. We're going to place where we would like it on our base fabric, and we are going to go in and secure that down. And as always, once you've secured it down, just turn the fabric over and you're just going to put a knot in the back so that nothing unravels, and then just cut off any excess thread. And that is how it's beginning to look. So I'm just going to go on and add a few more, and I will show you how the surface texture starts to build. So this is how it looks when all of the layers are on top of each other. A lot of ruching and different shapes, and you can see that it creates a really, really gorgeous texture and depth within the fabric. So great to just add that little bit of extraness to your garment. So next I'm going to teach you how to do the burnout. So of course you are going to need some matches, and you're going to need your synthetic fabrication for this. This is something that has a little bit of plastic within it, and it is a man-made fabric. So as you can see, I'm holding the flame very far away from the actual fabric because it burns very quickly through it. And you can see this is how you get those gorgeous burnout hole textures. Just make sure that you are doing this around somewhere with like a sink or water, because it does kind of catch on very, very quickly. You'll also notice that when you are using the flame on this, that the fabric starts to wrinkle, and this is what will create that really gorgeous texture look. So as I said, this is what your fabric kind of look like. It'll get that really gorgeous wrinkle texture effect and those really nice burnout hole details within the fabric. So that is everything, and I hope that you guys learned something and found it useful so that you can use in your own creations, your own designs, and I'm really excited to see what you create. And don't forget to keep on tagging Kouture.